Hello, BookTube. I'm here to announce a new reading group or series of books to do with science fiction. I'm trying to get this done. I feel disheveled because I've been waiting for the roof to be fixed, and they're starting to do it today, but they've taken a lull, and I'm late getting this recorded, so I figured I better try to get in now, and it's a bit early, and I'm blurry-eyed. Um, it's a group. Well, we're calling it the new Futurian Fellowship, and it sort of grew out of just talking with Mark Richardson, Scott Danielson, and uh, with us talking about that. We don't feel science fiction, more recent and contemporary science fiction, is like we're used to. But we realized that we probably are missing some great stuff. So why not sample some of it? I've been saying to do that for a while, and I think each of us have been thinking the same thing. So we decided to, we don't want to go crazy and don't want to do like real new stuff. Well, a couple is, but we thought we'd explore some larger series and try the first book in some series, and then sort of standalone novels, and see how that works. So over the next 10 months, starting in March, we will be reading newer science fiction. And there's a bit of a group that we've got together at the moment. It's myself, Mark Richardson, Scott Danielson, Brandy at the Booklectic, Pat at Book Time with Chat, Pat, book Chat with Pat. It's too early here. And as I'm filming this, Debs at Rainer Reads is joining as well. Not everybody will read every book in the list. Some will pick and choose, which is perfectly fine. Some have read a book or two as well, and maybe rereading. To me, every book on the list is new. I've not read anything. Most of them are ones that I've wanted to look at, and I sort of plucked a newer one from 2023, sort of out of the air, that sounded potentially interesting. So let's give that a try. Famous last words, but we'll see. Now, the list here is as follows. I'll put it down in the description as well. In March, we will start with Jack Mcdevitt's Academy series, or Priscilla Hutchins series. And the first one is The Engines of God, 1994. I've actually got that copy. I don't have any of the others yet, but there's time. In April, Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Time series, and read Children of Time. That's 2015. Been hearing a lot about it, so I'm curious about it. It sounds interesting. May is Ian Banks' Culture series, and to begin with the first book, consider Phlebas, 1987. So that's the oldest one on the list, but I've been wanting to read some Ian Banks science fiction for quite a while, so here's an excuse to do it. June for Alastair Reynolds' Revelation Space series. Revelation Space is the first one, published 2000. I have read a couple things by Alastair Reynolds, and I've, for the most part, enjoyed them, so I would like to see what the series is like. And then we've got Emily Tesh for July, Some Desperate Glory, and that is the 2023 one. And that sounded kind of interesting. And then, dipping toe in the new Hugo Awards. So we'll see how that goes. August, and Peter F. Hamilton's first, I understand it's probably the best place to start with the Commonwealth universe. And Misspent Youth. Now, oh, might be some noise coming in, but we'll keep on trying here. Misspent Youth 2002. I've wanted to try Peter F. Hamilton and see. September, Neal Asher, the Polity Universe, and it's one of the sort of, I guess, the subsets or sub series, Agent Cormac series with Gridlinked, Gridlinked, 2001. October is Robert Charles Wilson's Spin from his Spin series, 2005. That I've wanted. It sounds very interesting. And something that it's coming up to about 8 or 9 years that I've wanted to read this. I think I first heard about it in about 2016. It's Becky Chambers' The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, 2014. And it's the first in the Wayfarers series. And I only found out like about a year or so ago that she wrote more books after that in the same series. But that's fine. And then December is another sort of standalone book. Christopher Paolini's To Sleep in the Sea of Stars. And that was 2020. Now, I had read the prequel to that. Sorry, it's slipping my mind. The title of the prequel. It's too early. And I've rushed to get this because I want to get it out today, and I may not be able to later because of the noise and so forth. But anyway, I found enough of that little. It's a very, very slim volume, but it's a prequel, and I found enough was intriguing. So I go, ooh, I think I want to try the bigger book, and it is a big book. So we'll round the year off with a bit of a chunker. So yeah, that's the sort of another reading group to do with more contemporary science fiction. You might say, I guess we're trying to see what there is out there that's newer, and it might be that we're dipping our toe in, so we don't want to get some stuff that's absolutely bonkers different. So this might be a case of new old. Well, hence the title, the New Futurian Society, harkening back to the New York Futurians, in the late 30s and 40s that had Frederick Pohl, Donald A. Wollheim, Isaac Asimov, Lester Del Rey, Judith Merrill, Donald A. Wollheim, and on and on and on. And we're just we're stealing the title or the name for a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. So yes, yet another reading event. But as I say, with most of these, like with the CIMAC one and with the Heinlein reading that we're doing, a few members just decide to read a few books at a time, and then others were reading everyone. So we'll see how this goes. And if you'd like to join, do let me know. And if you have any suggestions as well for newer science fiction, don't sort of inundate, but inundate, I guess, is fine. And we may not add it this year, but let's see how this goes, and we might venture some even newer stuff. We'll see how this Emily Tesh's just trying to scroll back here on my phone, and it's being a little jumpy. Emily Tesh's Some Desperate Glory. I like the title, and I kind of liked that it was a space opera. So it'd be kind of cool to read something that's for me. 2023 is new, very new. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you, Book 2.